welcome to our deep dive. We're going to be looking at systems today.
Ooh, systems.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about,
Like just the word?
what a system even is?
Yeah, like we use it all the time, but what does it really mean?
Exactly.
So basically it's like all these different pieces
Okay.
that work together
Mhm.
to do something. Like they're connected and they work together to make something happen.
That makes sense, but I feel like it's got to be more than that, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's not just like a random pile of things.
Okay.
It's like these pieces, they're like,
They fit together?
yeah, they depend on each other.
Okay.
And like they make something bigger than all the pieces put together.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's like they create something totally new.
Okay, so can you give me an example?
Absolutely. Think about a city.
Okay.
You've got buildings and roads and buses and people.
Yeah, like a whole bunch of stuff.
Right, but it's not just random.
Right.
Like the buses take people to work.
And then people work in the buildings.
Exactly. And that like makes money for the whole city.
So everything's connected.
Yeah, and it all works together to make the city function.
Wow, that's a really good example.
Thanks. I thought so.
So we know what a system is now, but are all systems the same?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Are there different types?
Yeah, there are actually a few different ways to think about them.
Okay.
Like one way is to think about like what they do and what they're made of.
Okay.
So for example, there are biological systems.
Oh, like the human body.
Yeah, exactly. Or like an ecosystem.
Crazy how the body works.
I know, right?
Like all these organs and stuff?
Uh-huh. Each part has a job to do
Right.
and they rely on each other.
To stay alive.
Yeah, to keep the whole body running.
It's wild.
Totally. And that's like a classic biological system.
Cool. So we've got biological systems. What else?
Let me think. We also have technological systems.
Oh, like computers and stuff?
Yeah, like the internet or your phone.
Oh, man, my phone.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I use it for everything.
Same here. It's like we're so connected.
But those are man-made, right?
Yeah, but they still have all the same connections.
Like the parts working together.
Exactly, and you need all the pieces for it to work.
Like the hardware, the software.
Yeah, all of it. And it's crazy complex.
No, and they're always changing.
Right, like who knows what's next?
Okay, so biological and technological, what other kinds are there?
Well, there are also social systems.
What are those?
They're all about people and how we interact.
Oh, so families?
Yeah, families, communities, even whole societies.
Okay.
It's like we have these roles and relationships.
Right, and everyone affects everyone else.
Exactly.
It's a big web.
And these social systems, they have their own rules too.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like norms and values that shape how we behave.
So it's not just about the people, it's like the whole structure.
Exactly. And they can be super complex, just like any other system.
That's fascinating.
I know, right? Systems are everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like with those biological systems and technological ones, the way those pieces interact in social systems,
Okay.
it's like they make something bigger too.
Interesting.
Yeah, like think about a team,
Okay.
like a sports team or something.
Right.
Each player has their own skills,
Mm-hmm.
but they got to work together
Yeah.
to win the game.
Right. It's not just about one person.
Exactly. It's the teamwork that matters.
That makes sense.
And this idea that they make something new.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this cool thing called emergent properties.
Emergent properties?
Yeah, it's a big word, but it's a cool idea.
Okay, I'm listening.
So imagine like baking a cake.
Okay, I love cake.
Me too. So you got flour, sugar, eggs,
Butter,
yeah, all that stuff.
but on their own?
Yeah, they're not that great.
Okay.
But when you mix them together,
And bake it
you get this amazing kick.
with frosting.
Of course, with frosting.
So that's an emergent property.
Exactly. Like the cake is more than just the ingredients.
Right. It's like something totally new.
And it's because of how the ingredients interact.
That's so cool.
I know, and you see it everywhere.
Brr.
Like a flock of birds.
Oh, yeah.
Each bird's just doing its thing.
But together,
They make these awesome patterns.
it's like magic.
Kind of, right? And like ant colonies.
Okay.
Those little ants.
So tiny.
But the whole colony,
Yeah.
it's like super smart.
Whoa.
It can solve problems and stuff.
That's crazy.
I know. So it's like systems thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's about seeing how everything's connected.
And how those connections
Yeah.
create something new.
Exactly.
Wow, my mind is blown.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of big systems.
Yeah. Cities, birds, ants.
But what about everyday stuff?
Oh, good point.
Like things our listeners actually experience.
Absolutely. Let's think about that.
Okay.
Let's see. I know.
Traffic.
Traffic.
Yeah, we all deal with it.
Ugh, tell me about it.
But it's actually a system.
Really?
Yeah, think about it.
Okay.
You have all these cars
Yeah.
all going different places. and driving differently.
Exactly. And then you have the roads.
And then traffic lights.
And then like weather.
Oh, yeah. Rain makes everything worse.
Totally. So all these things
They interact.
and create traffic.
It's never just one thing.
Right. It's the whole system.
So, like, if we understand the system,
Yeah.
we can maybe make better choices
Exactly. Like if you know there's always traffic,
at a certain time
you can take a different route.
or leave earlier.
Yeah. You're not just stuck.
You can actually do something
Right. You can use your knowledge.
to, like, outsmart traffic.
Kind of. And that's the power of systems thinking.
Cool.
It's not just about traffic, though.
Okay.
It's about all sorts of systems in our lives.
Okay, so traffic, yeah, that's a system for sure.
Right. And you know what else?
What?
Your morning routine.
My morning routine.
Yeah. Like, think about it.
Okay.
You have your alarm, your coffee maker, your shower.
And then I got to get the kids ready.
Right. And then you get in the car or on the bus.
It's like a whole chain of events.
Exactly. And if one thing goes wrong,
Like if I sleep through my alarm,
yeah, or the coffee maker breaks.
the whole day's messed up.
Exactly. It's all connected.
Oh, I never thought of it that way.
It's like a system, right?
It totally is.
And when you see it that way,
Yeah,
you can start to like plan better.
like have a backup alarm.
Yeah, or maybe an extra coffee maker.
So systems thinking helps us be more prepared
I think so. It's about seeing those connections.
and how they affect each other.
Right.
So is anything else, like anything we should remember about systems?
Well, one thing is that they're not static.
What do you mean?
Like they change all the time.
Oh, right. They're dynamic.
Exactly. Things are always evolving.
So what works today might not work tomorrow.
Yeah. You got to be flexible.
And adapt.
Exactly. Systems thinking is all about learning and adapting
That's a good point.
because the world is always changing.
This has been amazing.
I'm glad you think so.
I feel like I'm seeing the world in a whole new way.
That's what it's all about.
Like I'm noticing all these systems everywhere.
They were always there.
I just didn't see them.
Now you do.
Thank you so much for this.
You're welcome. It was fun.
I hope our listeners are feeling inspired too.
To go out and see the systems
And to think about how they can use this knowledge.
to make their lives better.
Exactly. So on that note,
Yeah.
we're going to wrap up our deep dive into systems.
Thanks for joining us.
And until next time, keep exploring and keep learning.